The Spanish Inquisition by Sophie Furlong, Bryson Sheilas, and Joshua Thomas. The Spanish Inquisition was founded in 1478 by King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, who guarded the orthodoxy of Catholicism in Spain. They were the main political leaders at this point in time. The Spanish Inquisition was administered by both the civil and the church authorities, which gave it ultimate power over the people. Isabella and Ferdinand, the Inquisition wanted the Inquisition to happen because they believed it was best for the people to only focus on Christianity and Catholicism. Thomas de Torquemada, before Ferdinand II, and Isabella as the Great Inquisitor. De Torquemada was responsible for the expulsion of Jews from Spain.
The Inquisition of the 15th century was one of the most notorious periods of government-approved terrorism against non-Catholics. Between 1480 and 1530, the Inquisition prosecuted three-fourths of the total number of cases it would handle over its 400-year history. Many people were burned alive because they were issued against the people who had fled the country upon being accused of practicing a religion other than Christianity. In 1483, 100 Jews and Muslims were sentenced to burn. People who wanted to get out of their death sentence, many replaced their own bodies to avoid death. 15 of those were human sculpted models, 33 were dug-up corpses, and the remainder were burned alive. In total, about 2,000 people lost their lives because of the Spanish Inquisition in its 50 years of existence. The Spanish Inquisition took the rights in practicing their own religion away from all the people because if they practiced Judaism, they would be forced out of their own home and burned alive if they did not leave. The Spanish Inquisition also changed many people's way of life because many had to fake their own religion to stay in their own homes.
After the removal process in the Spanish Inquisition, a similar inquisition took place. The Portuguese Inquisition also ensured that converted Jews were not practicing Judaism in secret. They used many different torture techniques to extract confessions of practicing Judaism from the converted Jews. More than 32,000 people were tortured during this inquisition that lasted between 1536 and 1674. Of the 32,000 people who were tried, about 1,600 were sentenced to death. This inquisition lasted until 1821.
In 1492, after 10 years of fighting, Granada, a Muslim region, fell into the Spanish rule. The Muslims and Jews were kicked out of Spain. The Spanish were concerned about Islam because of terrorism and bad influence for the newly converted Christians.
Like all good Christians, the members of the Spanish Inquisition were expert at torture, as it outlined in the special edition of Leviticus, the extended edition that didn't make it into the Bible. Torture for the people was a very popular punishment for the people who were caught practicing Judaism during the Spanish Inquisition. This disabled them to have freedom of religion, which violated their rights. The inquisitors were charged of extracting the confessions from the citizens who were secretly extracting Muslims.
Many were accused of heresy in Spain and faced trial by the Spanish Inquisition. Those who were found guilty faced execution or torture that were on the hands of local authorities. They would rope the Muslims down onto stands and set them on fire, and also they would use many different kinds of techniques. These tortures and prosecutions happened because the Christians only wanted their religion practiced.
After King Philip II was named King of Portugal, the Portuguese rights were maintained. Philip swore to respect all laws of the land, never to convene a Portuguese court beyond the borders of Portugal, and never allow a foreign assembly to legislate on matters regarding Portugal. The Portuguese vessels continued to conduct the colonial trade. The Spanish taxation would no longer be applied, and all custom barriers between Portugal and Spain would be removed. Spain is the location where the Moriscos experienced religious persecution during the Spanish Inquisition and later faced expulsion or torture. Ferdinand and Isabella, the leaders of this Inquisition, realized their dream of ruling the Christian nation. In order to go through with the goal to kick out all people who were not Christian, they ordered a mass removal of all Jews remaining in Spain in 1492. Those supporting the Spanish Inquisition believed that this was the answer to stop former Jews from practicing their religion in secret. The Jewish removal was accomplished in just a few months prior to this idea. About half of all Jews in Spain chose to leave. When the other half converted to Christianity to avoid the punishment, the inquisitors would hold them accountable for. Bibliography. These are our sources.